Welcome back, guys. We're going to talk Astra Militarum. We're going to do a quick faction overview, show you who's good, who's not, who you should gear, who you shouldn't, talk about why they have the best two-man combo in the entire game for PvE and PvP purposes, and then we're going to give away 3 free characters to someone who leaves a comment in the chat. So really quickly, say me, or I want, so bad, big, give me now, or something like that in the comment section. I'll have some program scrub a couple of comments out of the comment section for unique users, so don't just go like me. I'm sure a lot of you guys will do that. And we'll give away some characters at the end of this video. So let's start. Astra Militarum, 5 characters, just like everyone else. Pretty good depth of what they can do, what they can't do. Let's talk about just stats. So I have the stats pulled up thanks to Nandi. I'll put a link in the description to his channel. He's doing some good stuff. He's a big infographic guy, so if you're all into infographics, great channel there. Stole his little graphic for him because I'm a dirty little thief. As you see, the breakdown statistically, not fantastic, right? We're not seeing a whole heck of a lot of green. We're seeing some green. Sybil doing good single target damage. Thaddeus has some good range damage as well. Love Thaddeus. But what it doesn't show is the synergies of their kit, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. So we'll just go in order. Sybil first. Big psychic hits, right? She does big psychic hits on her active. She does good solid damage. All around, just kind of like hits people like that. It's pretty plain. It's pretty simple. She hits people. What I love her for is her passive ability. Her passive ability allows people who start the turn next to her to gain infiltrate, which means they can't be hit by Overwatch, and especially in the campaign, which is kind of annoying. You can't exactly, let's just say, get around a lot of infiltrate. And also in PvP, the most powerful characters in PvP in Arena and in Tournament Arena are characters that can throw down really powerful Overwatches. Think Ravos in Tournament Arena, where you throw her down in the middle of the arena and then you can't get within 2 hexes, you can't capture objectives, you can't fight the other team. It's kind of annoying. So allowing some infiltrate is very important. Next, we have Yarick, who is the most popular character in the game by far. That being said, most of what I do is like free-to-play reviews and stuff like that, but, oh, it's actually gone. Okay, well, normally there's a big thing here that lasts for, I think, the first 2 days you play the game. You can buy Yarick for $5. You get him at base unlock, plus some equipment, which is pretty good. So, if you're ever going to spend money on this game, I would say $4.99 on Yarick is probably a pretty good use of money, but we're going to keep it free to play for the purposes of this video. So kind of hard to unlock. You can kind of only get them from Guild Shop right now, where you can progressively get his shards over time. Kind of a slow way to acquire him, but theoretically in a couple of months you can have him free to play, which is why I usually recommend people just sneakily drop a couple of $1 in there, because he's going to dominate not only the Indominus campaign with the Ultramarines, but also in the Fall of Cadia mirror, where you can use the Astra Militarum characters. He's going to do a lot of really good work there. He's not required, but he is incredibly helpful to help get that mission started. He's pretty basic. I mean, does good single target damage, kind of carried by his active ability, which summons in 4 guardsmen. His passive is okay when they get battle fatigue, which is basically they become cowards and run away. He stops it, and then the remaining guys get some extra damage. I wouldn't put too many resources into that. Not a huge fan of that, but the guardsmen have okay health. They hit like a truck, and they have okay armor. So putting resources into the, what do you call it? Is this the badges? Yeah, putting badges into his active ability is pretty important. Very high priority for gear. He's a great character. You can't go wrong. Great in raids, great in PvP, great in every game mode. Yarick is definitely S tier. I'm just going to call this guy Cut, because I refuse to try and figure out how to, I just noticed that his constant breathing sound is incredibly annoying. This is the first time I've actually really listened to the audio of this game, so sorry about that. I'll do this really quickly. He's a tank. Okay, thank you. That was pretty much all you need to know. And really quickly, referral code VAT80MAX. Click on your profile settings. Click the big green button that says refer a friend, input or insert. I guess you can insert or input that code. You get rewards. I get rewards. Best way to support me for free. This game doesn't, I'm not getting paid to do this video or anything right now. Maybe in the future. Who knows? But let's talk about Thaddeus. Chad Thundercock, Thaddeus Noble, is fantastic. He's one of my favorite characters in the game. His passive is pretty good for PvP if you have other characters with heavy weapons. Heavy weapons just means to do extra damage if they don't move. He allows those characters to do more damage. If you have stationary targets that need to be absolutely obliterated, his passive is great for PvP. I'd say he's an okay gear priority. As far as his active ability, it kind of just summons a barrage to shoot down people. Super long range. I think it hits the entire map pretty much. Not super accurate, but I'd say worth a little bit of investment. Required character for the campaign, I'd say he's a medium gear priority. I'd say B to B plus tier in PvE, and he's C tier in PvP. So I would say I much prefer Yarick. Cut, I wouldn't really worry too much about outside of trying to make him thick. Sybil does good damage. And Thaddeus is more of just like a utility character, but Creed. Captain Chode, Creed himself. He is part of the 1-2 combo that I mentioned previously with Commissar Yarick. You notice Yarick brings in some little peeps, little peeps. He brings in more of them. So if he has free slots next to him, he can bring up to 2 guardsmen. But what's kind of nice is if you go Yarick, you move him out, you deploy him, you move him into the battlefield, into the line of fire, you deploy his boys. You follow up by Creed, who's next to those boys. You throw him in the middle. There's a couple of hexes free. Who knows? You get 2 more guardsmen. Plus, they all, I don't know why I just clicked that, get to take another turn, which means those guardsmen can start gunning down even more people. So, campaign, you can just wipe the floor with everything. Like, everyone knows the campaign is incredibly hard, and most people are not going to ever really have this guy. He's kind of hard to unlock. I still don't even have him on my main account. But you can just wipe the floor with PvE. In raids, except for the Orc raid, which kind of is anti-summoners, but if you kind of do a little Mimi pie and you wait to summon, you can get away with some stuff, but the rest of the raids, summoners are very much good. Having 6 guardsmen out who hit like trucks and take bonus turns is fantastic. His passive, when people try to attack him, he brings in, this beta cuck who just like defends him. It's nice to have kind of as an extra shield. I would say, just like Yarick, he's a pretty high gear priority because he is cool. He's cool. He's got okay survivability if you look over there. 212 base health, okay armor, okay melee damage, okay movement. Pretty average. But it's just nice to know that he's a cool character, and you want him to be able to survive to get his guardsmen out. And he kind of acts as a tank because his little boy here comes to protect him. So throw him out in the middle to kind of take some shots. Same with Cut. Kind of tank for some of the guardsmen who do most of the damage. Yarick does a 1-shot. Sybil does a 1-shot, and you're pretty golden there. So I promised a giveaway, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to give away, let's just say 3 Sybils. We'll do 2 base unlocks, so 2 of you guys will get Sybil for free, 50 shards, and then I think we'll give 100 shards to the winner. The winner will get 100 shards, and we'll have 2 runners-up. And maybe I'll pull winners. I'll show my process on stream or something like that, where we pick the winners, and you guys can show up to our first ever stream, and we can decide who gets those Sybils. So leave a comment if you want one of the 3 Sybils. Thanks for watching. I would say overall, A tier faction, S tier combo. It's just a lot of this guy kind of brings them down. These 2 are B tier. These guys are S tier. He's F tier, so kind of brings it down to, I would say, the average of a B tier. So hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, I love you. Link in the description. Join the Patreon. Support APGAINS. I love you. Bye-bye.